My name is Eric Mahmoud, co-founder of Seed Academy Harvest Preparatory School. Minneapolis is really the epicenter of some of the educational challenges that's not only in the state, in the country, because Minnesota represents probably the second widest achievement gap in the country. And understanding the challenging circumstances that our children come from and not use it as an excuse, but because many of our children come from challenging circumstances, that means that our sense of urgency has to be higher. That means our precision has to be better. We have to work harder. I would say the biggest challenge is to get enough adults, like-minded adults, to make an impact. So the Minnesota Comprehensive Assessment is really assessing standards. And so there's standards for mathematics, there's standards for science, there's standards for reading or language arts. And so the importance of that is we need to know exactly what the target is for each grade. And so the standards are the target. That should be the end goal for learning for the year. As an example, by the end of 5th grade, a student should know how to add fractions with unlike denominators. And in each one of the grades is probably about 33 math standards. And so having standards, number one, are very important. That means we're all teaching towards the same goal. And then being able to assess whether students actually understand those standards or have mastered those standards are very important. So a child living in Minneapolis, they should have the exact same standard as a child living in Edina. So then you can have a good idea of the quality of education that your children are getting. So I think that standards are important, and assessing those standards are important. What are the standards for each grade? I think the school has an obligation to actually share that with the parents. What we've done at our school is actually created report cards that reflect the standard for those grades. We list the standards that the children are expected to know by the end of the year, and then grade them accordingly as we cover each one of those standards. So the parents are real clear, number one, what the target is and how their child is tracking against those standards. When we talk about high expectations, and I think it's important for parents to have high expectations, and what that means is knowing what the standard is, believing that your child is capable of achieving the standard, and then understanding that all children aren't the same. So a child may take 10 repetitions to get a concept. Another child sitting right next to them may take 1,000 repetitions. Given enough time and given enough support, all of our children can achieve mastery of those standards. We just have to differentiate the type of support that we're going to give them. So it's very important that the community understands exactly what these standards and what the expectations are, and then support our children in order to achieve those expectations.